Welcome!
Hello there.
This is Nostalgia Drive, a series where I go over the original Trails in the Sky OST and the Evo OST, and compare the two. Evo is blind, by the way. On today's episode, it's
The Black Orbment.
This should be a spooky one. Would have been perfect for Halloween, but, well, you know. It took me a while to get here, but I'm here. So let's refresh ourselves with the original version first, shall we? Ooh, yeah. Or they just take that melody and oh, it's so creepy. It's like, oh, and those deep, just reverberating notes. And just the piano and just the echoing, those bouncing sounds, like you're stepping in goop. Ugh. It just, this literally makes my skin crawl listening to this. It's not anywhere as bad as Gnosis from Zero. That is a spooky song. But this one definitely does the job very well. Oof. And that slow fade out too. Yep. It is the epitome of creepy. And they definitely nailed it. As far as that type of atmosphere. There's something deeper here that we're not understanding. That there's something to this technology that we lack critical information. It's sort of in itself a Pandora's box. And it does eventually release a sort of catastrophe on the world. Well, not necessarily the world, but well, that's technically SC spoilers, so I try to keep these as spoiler-free as possible, just in case, on the off chance somebody comes in that isn't exactly familiar with this series, or if someone just so happens to be playing through Sky FC and stumbles upon these videos, because you know how YouTube is. They know. They watch you when you sleep. Okay, let's see. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So, let's see if I can find where okay, here's the files. There's all the magical stuff. Was it 30... oh, geez. Was it 34? No. That's Wandering in the Darkness. Oh man. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. Okay. I'm very curious to see what the Evo version does, because the original version uses a lot of electronic and soundboard MIDI style of sound effects and stuff, just reverberations and all kinds of audio mixing and whatnot. So I'm very curious to see what direction the Evo version goes in. I mean, I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, whoa, what was that? Oh, that sounds... This sounds almost like Dracula's Castle type of music now. Whoa. What was that screeching noise? Oh, and the strings coming in. Ooh, yeah, this is setting the tension real good. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Just how they have the notes playing. Just very quietly as it escalates into, well, this. Oh, is that it? Oh, I think that's the loop. I mean, to be fair, this song is only 1:30, and the original is very short. Oh, and how it just does the booming from side to side, how it just sounds like thunder. Oh, and that wailing. Oh, that is such a nice effect. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's where they end it. Perfect. That's where I would have ended it. No, I'm talking like I'm some kind of composer. I don't know jack about music, and yet here I am, making an entire series based on music. That was really fun. It's like the original was more creepy crawly, like bugs, whereas this version was more like lightning flashes and dreary, dark clouds everywhere, heavy pouring rain. Like you're sort of standing outside of Dracula's castle, and the lightning flashes, and you see his shadow for a brief moment, and then he recedes back into the night.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ouchies!
Okay, it definitely fits. Or, yeah, atmosphere, sure. This is the hard one, man. They both offer something different, and they're both really good. But I also love all the creepy, just sound effects that the original version has. Hold on, let me ponder this for a moment. I've deliberated with the council, and we have come to a conclusion. I think I prefer the original version, but just barely, just ever so slightly. I like the Evo version a lot, but I think just the way the original sounds, I think just gives it just the slightest little bit of an edge. So there we go. I was able to deliberate with myself and come to a conclusion. I don't need any of Shara's fancy trickery. It feels good to be back and recording these episodes again after that review, man. Should I tell that story? I mean, I guess I could. I don't see why not. This is my Fireside chat segment anyway, so, oh yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I changed the background. I finally got around to going into the game myself and just recording some ambient footage, if you will. So I'll be able to cycle through at least a couple. I did get attacked by wolves on my way to the cabin. So, I'll probably show that right now. Because this cabin is, I like the layout of this cabin. And I figured, yeah, it'd be great to have, you got the fireplace in the middle. I could put my rifle on the stand up above the fireplace. It's got a little deer skull above it. It's just a nice, cozy little cabin. And, but where it's located, it's in one of the more dangerous areas, because there are wolves in the game, right? But these wolves are Timberwolves. Regular wolves just kind of roam around as just a singular entity, and you don't really have to worry too much about them. They can be scared off pretty easily. But with Timberwolves, they hunt in packs. They will circle you like a bunch of land sharks, and they will just take turns nibbling your shins, whittling you down. And there's only one type of flare in the game that scares them, but they burn out really quickly. So I was trying to scare them away. I was trying to slowly move to get to the cabin and just get some shelter until they got bored and ran off somewhere. But it ran off, and I was like, oh gosh, this might be it. I might be screwed. And so I took out my rifle, and because ammunition in this game is very scarce, essentially you don't use ammunition for hunting like deer and stuff. You use a bow and arrow. The rifle is for when you're in a dangerous scenario. And well, this is a dangerous scenario, but me being me, I hoard everything. So I like not using things. So I was like, man, I do not want to use my rifle, but this is a situation where I have to. And so I took it out and I was aiming, trying to figure out when the right moment to shoot, and I fired and I missed. And I was like, oh no, oh crap, hold on, I'm in the middle of being attacked, but let me turn and look at the ground and pick up the shell casing so that I can potentially reuse it later. I am a loot goblin. Yep, that is me. Put a sign over me right now. Actually, I'll put the sign over Kevin. Loot goblin, there you go, Kevin. Have that. He's not happy. Oh, but anyway, yeah, and then I aimed the second time, and I was just like, come on, please, please, please. Boom! First try. I didn't waste a single bullet. It just, oh, and I got him, and it scared the other ones off. I just beelined it to the cabin, and I was scared too, because, and there's also a bear cave that's a little further down, so the bear likes to roam around that area too. So I was like, oh great, I scared the wolves off, but what if the bear is just sitting right there in front of the house? That would have been a whole other issue. But I got in there, I redecorated the place a bit, I got some more ambient footage, because I don't feel comfortable using other people's footage, even if I have permission. So I figured, I'd take the time and get my own. And I have another one inside of a cave. I think I have another I think I have some other ambient footage as well. So I have a couple different ones that I can sort of go through. I still have to cut them out and save them as separate videos. Oh, I've been talking about this game the whole time. I haven't even said the name of it. It's called The Long Dark, and it's a survival game that takes place in a Canadian wilderness, I think, or an island somewhere up in Canada, off the coast of Canada somewhere. I don't know. It's Canadian, so you know. There's maple syrup, and they call the beanies. What do they call them? They call them torks, toks, tooks. I don't know the correct pronunciation of their little fancy hats. The one that Kevin's wearing right now. By the way, yeah. So that was fun. Oh, and I mentioned my Nayuta review. That was a whole issue entirely. Can I rant a little bit here? It's my show. I'm I'm asking permission. Okay. First off, I just want to say that was probably my favorite video that I've made. Just the edits that I did, just the putting it together. It was so much fun, but it was also kind of a pain because I used DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos. Okay, that's the one that I started with OpenShot. I moved to Clipchamp for a little bit, and then I just finally was like, you know what? Everyone says DaVinci is like the top tier free editor. It has a really high learning curve. If you look at it, it's very confusing. There's a lot that you can mess around with, and there's a lot that I still haven't messed around with. When I was trying, because I recorded all my footage I recorded on the Switch, so it's in 30-second increments, right? Which actually worked into my favor, because then I could very easily sift through and be like, oh, it's not this one. Oh. Okay, where was I? My dog was barking, and I had to go check and see what he was barking at. I was talking about the Switch. And yeah, I liked how, on one hand, I'm like, oh, it only records in 30-second increments, but on the other hand, it's like, well, everything's already split up. It makes sorting through all the clips and stuff actually a lot easier. It's just, if you want really long footage, you kind of have to, like, splice it together, which is fine. But my big complaint was, the video files, for some reason, DaVinci wouldn't accept them. So I was like, oh great, I'm used to DaVinci. DaVinci is what I want to use to edit the video, but it won't accept my video files. So then I went back into OpenShot. I don't know, I don't really like OpenShot. I just don't like the layout. I don't like how it looks. It feels janky, even though it's not, if that makes any sense. And there's some things that are just easier to do in DaVinci, like cutting up audio clips and stuff is a lot easier to do in DaVinci than it is in OpenShot, and like splicing together footage is way easier to do in DaVinci. What I ended up doing is gonna sound kind of silly. What I ended up doing was I used OpenShot to edit the entire, I don't want to say spoiler-free section, but the entire first half of the review. And then I edited the entire second half in the review, my spoiler section, in DaVinci. So then, and I did all my edits and stuff in DaVinci, and then I saved them and then exported them and put them into OpenShot. I was juggling between two different editors, and then when I completely finished the first part of the review, and I went through it like 10 times to make sure it was as perfect as it could be. Then I exported it from there, transferred it over to DaVinci, and then that's where I finished the entire review. It's where I put everything together and shipped it out into the wild. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot mentally to deal with. Oh, and plus I was super busy last week, and just there was all kinds of things happening. It took me, I probably would say a week, because with playing the game, recording the footage, taking screenshots, oh gosh, and then transferring all the videos and screenshots from the Switch to my PC took like 3 hours, something crazy like that. Thankfully you can just plug the Switch system itself into the PC with a USB-C cable, and then there's an option inside of the settings to transfer the files over. But I had a lot of files, guys. I had a lot of screenshots, I had a lot of videos. I guess I could show you the folder of all of them. They won't be enlarged or anything, so you won't be able to actually see what they are, but... Anyway, yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be recording videos again. It's good to be recording this series again. I mentioned it in the Cold Steel video, but hopefully, now that I finished the review, I can sort of get the ball rolling with these videos again, just these more simple air quote simple videos. In conclusion, thank you guys for being here once again. If you're still here anyway, if you haven't clicked off by now. But you know the spiel. I should probably start saying this before I go into my fireside chat segments. Just, it is something I have been thinking about, is should I cut these out of these videos and post them as their own separate thing and just make a separate playlist for them? Or should I just keep these in these videos? Because, like, on one hand, does it really make sense to have these really long segments that's unrelated to the video? In this video, it's like, not really. But on the other hand, it's like, well, it's kind of what I'm about, just being random, just going off on tangents and rambling and stuff. So, I don't know. I guess if I cut them out and had them as separate videos, I'd be able to title them differently, and maybe other people would be interested in them. But then sometimes the topics I talk about in them are directly related to the video in question. So I don't know. It's a thought I will continue to ponder on my own time. And, well, I'm gonna get out of here. So thank you guys for being here with me. And, well, I mean, you guys know the drill. Like, comment. If you're here and you somehow aren't subscribed, hey, thank you. And consider subscribing, I do this kind of stuff all the time. And I hope you guys take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Peace out.
All right, what's next?